Anybody that votes for me, I say thank you.
Right now, Governor Evers with a victory lap around Wisconsin after a win in election 2022.
Like the freaking Lions playing the Bears. They both suck and nobody likes them, but you got to pick one.
Why the state of Wisconsin continues showing up on the maps as a purple state.
And it's balmy outside for November. I'll track how warm those temperatures will get today and how far they'll plummet by tomorrow.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Thursday morning. I'm Josh Brader.
And I'm Leah Lynch. Thanks for waking up with us. We have an alert day on tap in your first warn weather today, so we're starting right off the bat with Greg Barnhart. Good morning.
Yeah, we got storms coming, a front coming. It's going to be warm. Enjoy it right now because tomorrow it won't be the same.
Take it in.
Take it in right now. 60 degrees in November. You're really pushing forward. Woo. So like I said, right now the record's 67. To put that in perspective, we're 60 degrees right now already. So forecast high, yeah, I think we'll hit the record here, but that's one of the lower records. A lot of the records around the area are in the 70s. I would assume we're going to hit a lot more 70s today. Right now, we're starting off 10 to 15 degrees above what we should be yesterday, so it is balmy outside compared. Temperatures will warm up today, but then they'll start decreasing this afternoon. That cold front will come through, but for the most part, it'll be mild until probably about 4 or 5, and then you'll start seeing the temperatures plummet. Right now, it's 58 degrees. Temperature right now, south wind, it's 8. We'll get up to about 71 by 12 p.m. Then after that, the winds will start picking up. Then the thunderstorms should come in the afternoon. And that's for the alert day for some potential showers, thunderstorms. Some of these could be strong, especially the winds is the main thing that we're watching for. It's all due to the system out to the west that's actually causing blizzard conditions eventually here as it pushes up to the northern plains. Ahead of it, strong winds. All the precipitation right now is to the north and to the west, but that will change here later this morning. I'll track down when that comes through and how cold it'll get for the rest of the forecast, including how cold for the Veterans Day a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. 6:02 right now. Turning to campaign 2022, the Wisconsin Elections Commission confirms all 72 counties in the state have reported 100% of their unofficial results.
This means local election officials can start the next process toward verifying the votes. Now each county will canvass. That ensures every ballot is accounted for and is also valid. That will be done before November 22nd. After that, Commission Chairperson Don Millis will certify the results, which needs to be done by December 1st. This is also the period of time where they'll decide if there will be recounts. Dane County poll workers are trained for safety concerns every election season.
But the biggest issue they ended up facing was a big voter turnout. On top of Middleton's poll worker shortage, the Fitchburg City Clerk says a large volume of the people voting there also had to register. In some parts of Dane County, Tuesday saw turnout higher than 85%. The Dane County Clerk says communities should consider splitting up polling places for elections like these.
In a lower turnout election, you can kind of get away with doing it in one place. But when you have a November election, you can't have 6,000 voters in one location. It just doesn't work well. Really, 3,500 is kind of the max.
Scott McDonald also says he hopes this shows people thinking about volunteering in the future and that the process is secure and safe.
Governor Evers, we know, winning a second term as governor. During a stop in Madison at O'Keefe Middle School, he was asked about ballot splitting in Wisconsin, where not everyone only votes Republican or Democrat.
I've been trying to wrap my arms around that there are people in the state of Wisconsin that voted for me and voted for Ron Johnson. But at the end of the day, I also know that there are issues that transcend politics, and I'm representative of and leader of a great state, a resilient state, and I take the input from people that voted for me and those that didn't vote for me equally important.
Some voters have elaborated on this topic, one saying individual topics like abortion drove him to vote for Evers, while gun control led him to vote for Johnson in the Senate.
There's different topics that were pulling me both directions. I also like to have a split in our government because there's balance there.
A different voter says the Johnson vote was to oppose Democrats federally, while voting for Evers was a vote against state Republicans here in Wisconsin. Mixed in with all the close races were 3 that weren't even remotely tight. The referenda in Dane County asking opinions on marijuana and abortion.
Our Andrew Banser explains those votes don't mean a thing when it comes to law, at least not right now.
Way to take the temperature of the county to see where people are at on these issues.
Pot legalization has been on the ballot 3 times in Dane County in recent years. And referendum author and county board supervisor Aaron Collins says it's only getting more popular.
Every time that question has been posed to the voters, it has increased in popularity. And last night, what we saw was 82% of the people in the county saying that they think that marijuana should be legalized.
But support doesn't always equate to statute, a fact Collins realizes.
This becomes increasingly difficult for Republicans in the Capitol to ignore how popular marijuana legalization is. This wasn't just in Dane County. This was in Eau Claire. This was in Green Bay. This was in other places around the state that all said they want marijuana to be legalized.
It wasn't just pot on the ballot in Dane County either.
At least here within Dane County, I mean, overwhelming support for repealing the abortion ban language. 85.5% voted to repeal.
Supervisor Cecily Castillo says that those results show Democrats and Republicans in Dane County are in favor of getting rid of Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban. She hopes lawmakers eventually change constitutional rules to allow referendums to actually dictate laws.
If you look at what happened, for example, in Michigan, I mean, if we were able to bring a binding referendum in such a manner in Wisconsin, I firmly believe that you would see some similar results.
Both Cecily and Aaron say the referenda they proposed are for the people.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do is reflect the will of the people.
In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Andrew. Nationally, control of Congress remains undecided this morning.
Right now, CBS News projecting the House is still leaning in the Republicans' direction, but it may be until next month until we know about the balance of the Senate. The Senate race in Georgia between Herschel Walker and Senator Raphael Warnock is heading to a runoff. There are 2 other races still too close to count. CBS News has the Arizona Senate race leaning towards Democrats. In Nevada, that Senate race is considered a toss-up.
New here in Madison, police say scams targeting elderly people are growing and becoming more sophisticated. This comes after an uptick of those scams in our area, including the other day when an elderly couple was scammed out of thousands trying to get their daughter out of jail. Generally, most of these scams will start with a caller claiming one of your family members is in need. They then ask for money in exchange for help. Madison police have some advice on trying to avoid things like this, like trying to reach out to that relative immediately or calling the facility they're claimed to be in. There's a longer list of tips you can find over on channel3000.com.
This morning, Madison police looking for the remaining suspects after arresting 2 teenagers for crashing a stolen vehicle on the Beltline. This happened near Midvale Boulevard on Tuesday afternoon just after 2 o'clock. Police say they hit another car, causing them to lose control and stopping the vehicle. They were later arrested in a nearby neighborhood. One is 17 years old, the other is 15. Both now face charges of operating a motor vehicle without the owner's consent.
It is 6:08 on your Thursday. Coming up, the Brew City Battle almost upon us. The iconic stadium the Badgers will play in Milwaukee, and how to get tickets.
And we're live at a local nonprofit this morning where they're working to enrich young lives through reading. How you can help put books into the hands of kids here in the 608.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
Here at Precision, we are veteran-owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The new Subway Series menu, the greatest sandwich roster ever assembled.
For more on the new boss, here's Patrick Mahomes.
Incredible. Meatballs, fresh mozzarella, and pepperoni.
Oh, the meatball's out. I thought he never fumbles. The new Subway Series, what's your pick?
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your future in-laws.
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitty's like her.
Oh, can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
How to holiday the Bob's way. I know that look, Mr. Gnome. You're worried about getting your home holiday ready. Hosting can be stressful, but not with Bob's Discount Furniture. Get incredible values on festive decor, rugs, lighting, and furniture, like accent chairs and recliners for as low as $2.99, or complete dining sets for as low as $5.99, with thousands of in-stock items ready to ship, plus gift cards if you want to get a jump on holiday gift giving. Wow, thanks, Mr. Gnome. I wonder what it could be. Holiday the Bob's way.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know I am. I just want you to know I am.
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:12 on a Thursday morning, and it's time to head into the 608 as we're learning about an initiative by the Madison Reading Project. Rowan Childs is joining us from the Book Center this morning with how you can help out this holiday season. Rowan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh. Thank you.
So today's a big day. You guys now have your biggest book drive underway. How can folks help you out this year?
Yeah, we're looking for everybody to help pitch in, whether it's donating a new book, making a donation to our fundraiser, or just helping spread awareness of what our goal is, which is to provide over 15,000 new books to kids in our region this holiday season.
You know, every book has a lasting impact on kids. You guys have been able to make a positive impact already, but you can't do it without the community's support.
That's right. We know since the very beginning, when it was just a really small organization, people always wanted to help out and pitch in, whether that was making a donation, whether it was donating one book or 100 books, and that's how we've been able to grow our reach. And we definitely know there's a huge need out there for quality books that kids just want to pick up and read, or give to a parent or a caregiver and ask them to be read to.
So you've got quite the selection there at the Book Center that we're seeing right now. So you're looking for those new books. You know, what sort of books are you looking for?
Yeah, so we do have on our website a whole list of the top books that we're looking for this holiday season. So those are books that are curated, that we know that kids love, parents are looking for, teachers are looking for those. So those are some really good suggestions if you want to go and purchase those books locally, or you can click through our website and get those locally, and they'll get donated right to our donation center. But we're also looking for donations financially as well, so that we can purchase some of those books in bulk and make sure we have them all set for December, when we'll be giving them out to a lot of different community organizations and schools.
All right, let's throw the information up on the screen right now, Rowan. So if folks are interested in helping out, what is the best way to do so right now? They have the next month, right?
Yeah, so it's a 4-week book rally is what I call it. You can go to MadisonReadingProject.com. There's a map on there. You can see where all the different donation bins are. Easy way to click through and make a donation financially, or if you want to click through and look at all of our wish lists, or if you're shopping for your own family, you want to get some ideas for what kinds of books that are out there right now, definitely use all of those resources that we have on the website.
We've got that link up on channel3000.com as well. Rowan Childs at the Madison Reading Project. Rowan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh and team.
You bet. If you got a story you'd like me to know about, all you have to do is let me know what inspires you by going to my social media. There's my handle, or also email for a chance to be featured.
It is 6:15. Check this out. Mammoth Mountain in California, under 60 inches of fresh snow.
Wow.
Beautiful, but a little early. An early season storm delivered one of the biggest November snow totals on record in the eastern Sierra. For reference, this is already the snowiest November of the last 10 years at Mammoth, and it's only November 10th.
60 inches November 10th, but that's nothing compared to what they see during the year.
Thank goodness, Greg, this is not in our first warn weather, although we do have flurries in store.
Yeah, we can have some snow tonight, maybe turn over a little bit of accumulation, maybe on the ridges in southwest Wisconsin. You get up on the ridge, you could see a little accumulation. But yeah, the Sears, that's the southern Sears, go up to Tahoe. They probably had even more than that too. But overall, we have basically a front coming through. It's all part of that system that produced snowfall for them. Now we have a front coming through that's going to provide an opportunity to see some showers, maybe some strong or severe thunderstorms. The wind looks to be the biggest threat, and the threat really is western Wisconsin. It weakens as we get close to Madison. It was a slight, now it's down to marginal. It's hard to get these ingredients together to produce a sear, but we do have a cold air mass that is going to be evecting coming through. That's the one ingredient too. It's going to push through and then really entrench the whole U.S. in a really colder than average temperatures. You see the jet stream really fills far to the south, and over time it even deepens further. So for the next 7 to 10 days, the whole U.S. really is going to see a below average temperatures. Really quite the pattern as we get closer to Thanksgiving. All right, let's see today. Here's the front coming through. We have showers and thunderstorms. This will actually kind of stall over the area. Oops, let's go back there and do that again. There we go. As you can see, we could see a changeover by the time we get to the back edge of this tonight. And overall, once it passes, then tomorrow it's just going to be northwest flow, cold conditions as this low kind of rotates to the north. So that's what we're going to see. In the meantime, today we're going to have temperatures climb up into the 70s before the front comes through. You'll see the showers start to develop this afternoon. Western Wisconsin. Thunderstorms, the best shot, the strongest is out west. As they push further east to the evening hours towards Madison, it probably will weaken a little bit. And then we'll kind of see it kind of stall and just periods of showers. And there's your changeover. A brief time late tonight, tomorrow morning, we could see some snow mixing in or changing over. Then otherwise, the temperatures tomorrow are not going to budge much. When they wake up in the 30s, we'll be in the 30s for highs. Another scenario here for thunderstorms. This is one aggressive a type of thunderstorms we could see. There's one line, and then here's a stronger line coming before it. So that's another scenario. Like I said, western Wisconsin especially is something to keep an eye on. But everyone this afternoon, until we see this pass through, just be aware that we could see some strong thunderstorms with some gusty winds too. Temperatures climb up, but then they're going to fall as we get towards this evening and tomorrow morning. There's a cold air starting to push back in tonight. By the time you wake up tomorrow, we'll be in the 30s, and we won't climb out of those 30s for tomorrow either. So it's set up to be a breezy, cold Friday for Veterans Day, and other than that, we're going to see temperatures hovering in the mid to upper 30s. Tuesday, Wednesday, keep an eye on that. That's the next chance for snow, and there's some conflicting information. We could see accumulating snow that period. We'll have to keep an eye on. But the big story is the cold temperatures.
Changes.
At least you're joking about it, because that is quite the swing.
You know, I'm excited to have a fireplace, or my fireplace going, so there's that.
And snow is so beautiful.
It is.
Like you just saw in that Sierra video. So there's a perk.
Holiday season upon us.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, in about 36 hours, the Wisconsin men's and women's basketball teams will be doing something they've never done before, playing a game on the infield of American Family Field.
Sounds so cool. The court is already set up and ready to go. Take a look. Today, the Badgers have practice at AmFam Field to get ready for Friday's game. And even though he's a Twins fan, Tyler Wall knows just how cool this experience will be for him and his team.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You know, we get the chance to go out there in an arena that holds a lot more than the Kohl Center or anywhere else that we're going to play this year. So it's a really cool opportunity, and especially when we got it right here in Wisconsin, just another bigger, better home game.
It's pretty cool. We're going to get a really fun opportunity there to play a basketball game. I know that they've been working for this for a long time, trying to get a game played there at AmFam Field. I know it better as Miller Park, so I think I'll call it that.
You know why Tyler's a Twins fan?
Why?
Because he's from Minnesota.
Well, that makes sense. I sort of guessed. I thought you were going to have something wittier to say than that.
No, that's it. Minnesota boy.
Well, Monday night, former Badger Trent Jackson was back in Madison, serving as UW's honorary captain. This is pretty cool. The Badgers are celebrating 125 years of basketball this season. Jackson was the first Badger to post 1,500 points, 250 rebounds, and 250 assists in his career. He led the Badgers to the 1989 NIT. That snapped a 42-year tournament drought.
To the Pack now. Sunday, a big game in more ways than one for the Packers. On top of needing to win, Mike McCarthy is making his first return to Lambeau Field since being fired by the team. During his 13 years as the leader of the Pack, McCarthy led Green Bay to 6 division titles, 4 NFC championship games, a Super Bowl title, and 125 wins. His former quarterback looking forward to seeing his old coach.
I'm going to give him a big old hug. I can tell you that much. I'm excited to see Mike. I know it means a lot to him to come back. I really do hope the reception for him is as warm as it needs to be. You know, he's got a street named after him. Obviously, he won a Super Bowl together, but he meant a lot to the town for 13 years. A big part of our success, obviously being the head boss.
This will be the Packers' first home game in 4 weeks, and they look to end a 5-game winning streak against the Dallas Cowboys. Kickoff for Lambeau is set for 3:25.
Good luck to them. Tesla and Zoom are adding a new feature. Soon Tesla drivers will be able to make video calls from their car's touchboard dash screen. Zoom introduced this during its annual conference. The company didn't say when it will actually launch the feature. They also didn't answer questions about whether it will prevent drivers from using it while driving. Many car makers mandate a vehicle has to be parked before video functions can be used. This has been in the making, though. In 2020, Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeting about adding the video conferencing tool to his vehicles.
Is that even legal?
Sounds very dangerous.
You know how many folks have made the background look like they're somewhere else, but they're actually driving the car, and then all of a sudden they're looking right and left. It's like, what you doing? No, nothing.
Tesla.
Just in the car.
Elon Musk, you know. Yeah, interesting ideas there. There you go.
6:21 straight ahead for us. We'll show you where the TSA found a gun at a popular airport and how it got there.
It's 6:21 on your Thursday. News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Shopco Optical.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
As falling leaves give way to snow, Midwestern winters bring rough weather and high energy bills. Feldco's here to help with our biggest sale of the season. 50% off windows, no money down, and no interest until 2024. Winter's right around the corner, and the clock is ticking.
50% off windows and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Your business is made from your DNA. Your blood, your sweat, your tears. From a gleam in your eye, you gave it what it needed to grow into the pride and joy it has become. You wouldn't dream of letting anything bad happen to it. So you lavish it with love and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
And take time for kids.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Keep bragging about your buck after the hunt with wild game processing from Johnson's Sausage Shop in Ryle, Wisconsin. Friends enjoy a hunting story more over a jalapeno cheddar stick. Johnson's Sausage Shop accepts wild game 7 days a week. First bucks in are the first brats out.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
Hold on.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
We're back at 6:24. No, this is not a live look. This is #MyNews3Morning. Mike Wagner, our political guru of the week, honestly of the year, helping us out in, what, the morning show, our evening shows as well?
He was so impressive. He was on the morning show for an hour and a half, both Tuesday and Wednesday. In between, coming in, I think around 4 Tuesday evening, sticking around until 11 or 11:30 until they sent him home. So he provided a lot of really important and informational political context over this last couple of days.
Yeah, not only for us, but also like national networks. He was going from our newsroom. So, I mean, Wisconsin, obviously, hot ticket state, right? It's in the news a lot. So he was a busy guy.
Hey, we appreciate it, Mike, and we appreciate this My News 3 morning. Make sure you send yours in. Use the hashtag that you see on your screen right there so we can find and share our favorites.
You look like you're really into it right there.
I love political season. It's so exciting.
I know you do. It is. It's fascinating because you just you never know what's going to happen, especially here in Wisconsin.
It's part of the democratic process, too. It's about getting people engaged and interacting with, their government.
Yeah, fascinating week. Share yours with us, My News 3 Morning.
Trending this morning. This is kind of gross. Pictures of a gun found inside a raw chicken at an airport security checkpoint. Of course, where else in Florida?
Yeah, TSA officials posted these photos to their Instagram this week saying the gun was discovered hidden inside raw chicken at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The passenger was reportedly headed to Port-au-Prince, Haiti. A record number of guns have been discovered at a Florida airport or airport checkpoints this year. More than 700 of them so far.
Greg and I are in agreement that perhaps what's more shocking is that a raw chicken was trying to get through the airport.
Probably the dumbest place to put a gun, because obviously you can't have a raw chicken in the airport.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Weird. That.
Oh.
All right, hit us with the bus stop forecast.
Well, it's actually nice today. Tomorrow, drop about 30 degrees off of that, so enjoy the warm conditions today.
Oh, Wisconsin. Time right now is 6:26, folks. Live look outside. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Baking Sale this Friday through Sunday. A 4-pound bag of Hy-Vee sugar, only 99 cents. Hy-Vee butter, only $1.98. And Jif Creamy Peanut Butter, only $1.48. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
Okay, let's start with some clouds. Some mountains over there. And finally, a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Don't miss the 33rd Annual Winter Art Fair off the Square, November 12th and 13th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auction Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collectors Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Weekend Baking Sale this Friday through Sunday. 5 pounds of gold medal flour, only $2.97. Hy-Vee baking chips, 3 for only $5. And Hy-Vee marshmallows, only 98 cents. Scan the code, get deals, only at Hy-Vee.
Oops. We have an alert day in the forecast for today, as we have showers and thunderstorms coming through with a cold front that will actually drive our temperatures. I'll break down when to expect and how cold we'll get.
Plus, evacuation orders for millions of Americans this morning as Florida braces for yet another hurricane.
A new video in of an election attack in Wisconsin. The man arrested with a knife at the polls. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Chris Stanford has the rest of the week off. We do start with that alert day forecast because there are some big changes on the way.
Oh, yeah. An alert day in store for today and a huge drop in temperatures coming for tomorrow. Greg Barnhart is timing it all out for you in your first warn weather. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning. Yeah, and that was the bus forecast there. So it's going to be a warm bus forecast today, but tomorrow, different story. And they notice behind the screen right there, it showed the Climate Prediction Center for the temperatures for the next week, 2 weeks. About 90% chance we're going to be below average, so pretty solid things there. But we do have that front coming today, and then we have showers and thunderstorms with potential for some strong to severe ones. Mainly the wind threat is the thing we're looking at. And western Wisconsin, it kind of weakens as we get closer to Madison, but something to keep an eye on. We can get a record today. We're already at 58. High temperature 67 was a record. We should probably break that today. Low 70s. Yesterday we saw temperatures 76 in Lone Rock, mid-70s. We're talking early September type temperatures. So we're going to see that once again today. Many areas will see that. Right now we're starting out very warm, upper 50s, low 60s for most of the area. Southerly winds ahead of this front right now has allowed our temperatures to come up and the dew points too to come up. We're actually around 50 to 60 dew points, which is pretty high. We'll see temperatures climb to 71. Clouds will increase. The showers and thunderstorms from Madison will be more late this afternoon to this evening. Western areas more afternoon. We already saw the bus forecast. It's really going to be a nice actual day. Until we get to pickup time, we could see some showers and thunderstorms start to approach depending on where you are. It's going to be a different story tomorrow with temperatures probably about 30 degrees less. So that's what we're going to see. Overall, the storm system out to the west, that's the one. You can see 8 degrees in Billings, Montana. Ahead of it, we're in the 60s to 70s, so you can see the actual temperature change and the system that's going to produce blizzard-type conditions in the northern plains. That's what's going to give us our thunderstorms. I'll time out the thunderstorms and when we'll see those cold temperatures a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Time right now, 6:32. We want to take a live look at Sanford, Florida at this hour where Nicole is now a Category 1 hurricane. Just look at those waves right now. It is expected to bring torrential rain, strong winds, and a storm surge that could trigger coastal flooding and widespread power outages. Now, this is in the eastern side, the eastern coast of the Sunshine State already getting battered at this hour.
Look at those angry waves. Just incredible video there. More than 5 million Floridians are under a hurricane warning. Evacuation orders are also underway for some communities there.
Yeah, and some of those areas, especially in the central and western portions of Florida, are concerned with what another storm surge will do less than 2 months after Hurricane Ian.
We've lived in this house and in this neighborhood for 30 years, and we've been through quite a few hurricanes here. We've never seen anything like what Ian did. To think about water getting back in our house now is like...
So the last time a hurricane hit the U.S. this late in the season was 37 years ago in Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Around Wisconsin, new video from West Bend where police arrested a man Tuesday night for wielding a knife and yelling, "Stop the voting," at a polling place.
Sir, drop the knife. Back away. Get on the ground. Palms out. Do it now.
Ooh, could you imagine voting while this was taking place? Police say it did have to be paused for about 30 minutes until the scene at the polling place was cleared. The suspect allegedly told police he intentionally created disturbance to disrupt the election process. Officers say the man, however, did not identify a political motive or an affiliation.
Without formal exit polls, it's tough to know for sure how much college students influenced voting results here in Wisconsin, but there's speculation they possibly swung the race for governor. Students we spoke with credit 2 things as big motivators. First, student groups and campaigns pushing students to register, to vote, and learn about the issues. The second, having a personal stake in the issues that took center stage, including Roe v. Wade.
Reproductive rights and everything was a bigger portion of why I was voting.
There are problems that could have a really big impact on us later in our lives, and I think people are sort of realizing how imminent some things are.
Students also say the level of engagement on campus this midterm election cycle was similar to what they would see during a presidential election. They don't expect that trend to drop off.
In Dane County, 85% of voters support repealing the state's abortion law. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin says they're encouraged by those results. The organization says their efforts were far-reaching across the state, saying they reached 1.25 million voters by phone, online, or in person leading up to the election.
This election was historic because voters were driven by their desire to restore abortion access and women and Wisconsinites' ability to make their own healthcare decisions. The Supreme Court decision changed the election narrative and closed the voter enthusiasm gap for the midterm elections.
Planned Parenthood says with the results, they believe they're one step closer to restoring access to abortion in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin's 1st Congressional District, Representative Brian Stile won re-election. Political reporter Will Keneally caught up with him post-win to talk about the future of Congress.
So we're looking at the possibility of a Republican majority in the House of Representatives next year. We caught up with Brian Stile to see what his priorities will be for next year.
Top two things. We got to get inflation under control. We got to bring down prices for families that are struggling. We got to unleash American energy. We got to stop reckless spending. We got to help people who still find themselves on the sidelines get back into the workforce. And two, we got to make our communities safe again. We've seen crime spiking in some of our biggest cities, including Madison and Milwaukee. Now's the time to stand with the men and women of law enforcement.
We also asked him who he thought the next speaker should be.
I think Kevin McCarthy is going to make a great speaker, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job moving this country forward.
And they're still counting votes, so we don't quite know yet who will be in the House majority next year. Reporting from Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
It's been a big week, so for more of our extensive coverage on the election, the results, and reaction for what comes next, you can check it all out by going to our website.
With just over 2 weeks until Thanksgiving, many Americans have already started shopping for their holiday get-togethers. The story of the year continues, however, inflation making the cost of dinner continue to go up. From last year, eggs are up more than 30%, butter 26%, baked goods up more than 20%. One Indiana turkey farmer says his earnings will be half of last year.
Feed is up, labor's up, processing, even the boxes that we put the turkeys in have increased in price.
The average price of a whole frozen bird is $2.45 a pound. That's 70 cents higher per pound than last year. This year's bird flu wiped out about 7 million turkeys. Production is also down by about 5%.
Time right now, 6:37. It is an alert day as we take a live look at the roads. No issues out there right now, but Greg is talking about a chance for storms and severe weather, and also a major drop in temperatures coming up in his full forecast.
And why we're seeing a higher number of food recalls than normal here in Wisconsin.
We're also live in the 608 this morning with how you can help out the Madison Reading Project this holiday season.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black Friday Appliance Preview Sale is here. Buy any GE washer and get a free garbage disposer, plus 60-month special financing. Get a sneak peek at Black Friday Appliance Savings at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
74, get some going. Excellent. I want it.
DePaco Credit Union members are better together because together members share thank yous, a DePaco-only perk that thanks members in cash. And because you're not just a member, you're also an owner, everyone benefits. How will this year's nearly $3.7 million in thank yous benefit you and your community? Since 2016, DePaco members have shared nearly $24.4 million. We truly are better together. Join the movement where your member ownership pays. Visit your nearest DePaco branch or join online at DePaco.com.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland. As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
With every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Ashley's Black Friday preview sale is here. Save big on furniture doorbusters, now up to 58% off. Plus 60 months special financing, no minimum and no money down. Get a sneak peek at Black Friday savings, happening now at Ashley.
News 3 Now exposed the effects of seclusion and restraint in area schools.
It's really traumatizing to students and staff members.
In an Eye on Education follow-up, Chris Stanford shows you new methods that could sharply reduce the use of force. Tonight at 6.
It all comes down to this.
We're breaking down all the tools you need for this election day.
They've already been waiting for a full hour.
Our team is spread across the state.
This one could not be tighter.
I will still be the 46th governor of the great state of Wisconsin.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Time right now is 6:40. We're back in the 608 talking about a great initiative by the Madison Reading Project. Rowan Childs joins us from their book center this morning with how you can help this holiday season. Rowan, this is a big day for you guys, your biggest book drive, and you really need people to come out and help you out as much as they can this holiday season.
That's right, Josh. Thanks so much. Yeah, we're looking for everyone to come out and participate in our biggest community book drive. We're hoping to provide over 15,000 new books to kids across the greater Dane County area this holiday season.
So you're coming to us from your book center this morning. This is kind of your centralized location. You've got a little bit of everything. You know, what kind of books are you looking for specifically for kids this year?
Yeah, we're looking for new books. We give books out for kids ages 0 through 18. So that could be board books, chapter books, graphic novels, you name it. And we have all kinds of wish lists on our website of all the different titles and genres that we're looking for. New books is something specific that we are looking for this year that is different in years past, because there's nothing like having a brand new book that you get to have as your own, crack it open. Everybody enjoys that feeling of having something perfect and new in your hands for the holiday or for winter break.
Let's talk about that impact here locally, Rowan. I know reading obviously so important for our kids, and you guys are really trying to do whatever you can in, you know, leaving that everlasting impact for these kids.
Yeah, you know, everybody knows how important literacy and reading is, and we provide books all year round to families, children, educators, all kinds of other nonprofit groups and schools so that they have quality books in their classrooms and in their homes. And having a wide variety of books is also really important, whether that's showing yourself in a book, whether it's a mirror or if it's a window into a whole nother world or an opportunity. Fun books that are just silly and goofy, or just a topic that a child might just find really interesting, and having, you know, books that are exciting and new, and having interesting things on the cover. Everybody judges books by their covers, so we want to really get kids engaged and excited to read and enjoy having books.
Okay, so we're going to throw the information up on the screen right now, Rowan. Any sort of help from anybody is warranted here, right? So if they can donate a new book, even if it's just a little bit of a monetary fund, all of this is going to help out in a big way.
Absolutely. That's something that we always try and focus on, is that everybody can help out, whether it's one brand new book, a financial donation. You'll be able to see all the different book lists on there. So if you're looking for ideas for your own kids or grandkids for the holidays, and also if you're ever interested in volunteering, there's also a link to be able to do that too.
All right, Rowan, we've got that link up on channel3000.com as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for all the positive inspiration you're providing for us here in the 608 too.
Oh, thank you so much. Our whole team is super enthusiastic, as you can probably guess, about the community book drive and our mission. And thank you so much to you and your team for sharing our information.
Oh, it's the least we can do. Again, help these folks out. Let's make it a great year up on channel3000.com. And if you've got a story that you'd like me to feature here in the 608, all you have to do is reach out to me on social media. There's my handle. You can also email for a chance to be featured right here on News 3 Now this morning.
All right, it's 6:45. Food recalls, especially among local producers, are up this year in Wisconsin over previous years. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection says there have been 19 food recalls for Wisconsin products just since January. In order to sell food in commercial spots, you'd have to file a food safety plan with DACAP. Smaller businesses, though, might not update those plans as fast as their products or equipment changes.
When that happens, we need to take that product, we need to get it out of the marketplace to make sure that we don't have products out there that are not compliant for consumers.
Voluntary recalls are done by the makers of the products that get flagged based on recommendations by DACAP. If a manufacturer decides not to pull a food item from stores, there will be a health alert issue on the DACAP website.
6:45 right now. We do have an alert day in the forecast. Greg Barnard here is here with an update. Greg, what are you tracking?
We're tracking that cold front coming through, so if you want to enjoy 60s, 70s, today is probably the last day you'll see that for quite a while. It's going to feel drastically different as you wake up tomorrow morning. But we do have a cold front coming through, and that's why we have line of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of these could contain high winds, maybe a brief spin-off of a tornado, but really the winds are going to be the biggest threat, and really farthest west you go, the better. As the storm actually gets closer to Madison, they'll probably weaken. We were slight yesterday, now we're back to marginal. The conditions aren't that great for being November to see this, but we do have the potential once again. It's really due to the cold air mass that's coming behind this front, and that's really going to drop the temperatures. That's why we're getting the thunderstorms today. And then once this gets entrenched in the Midwest, and really the whole entire U.S., the jet stream is going to push to the south, and the whole U.S. is going to be under this really cold air mass for about another next week. We'll see some chances of snow with it, but really the thing is the temperatures are going to be struggling to get out of the 30s for quite a bit of time, so something to keep in mind. Well, here we get a big picture. You can see that line of showers and thunderstorms. We might see a change over to rain once it stalls over the area tonight. Something to keep in mind of. If we do and get accumulation, grassy surfaces, really minor. Otherwise, tomorrow, the big difference you'll notice, northwest winds, 30 degrees, much colder, more no December, January-like. That will persist through the weekend and through next week. And we just have cloud cover with the showers to the north due to the lake effect. But overall, the temperature is going to be a big deal. In the meantime, today we'll see 70s once again. This afternoon, we'll start seeing a few showers as the front nears. We'll see a line of thunderstorms potentially in this as it pushes east after 5. It gets to the Madison area by the evening hour. And by the time it gets over here, it may have weakened enough to not be as big as a threat, something to keep in mind of. Kind of stalls over the area overnight. And then we see the back edge where you might see a changeover of snow by the time it ends tomorrow morning. So something to keep in mind on. It shouldn't be a road issue. That would be maybe some grassy areas, surfaces pick up a little bit. Notice the temperatures, they've dived down into the 20s. We won't see much of a boost for tomorrow, although temperatures still struggling to get out of the 30s. Another idea of thunderstorms, here's another idea, more of an aggressive solution where we could see some stronger storms, one line, and then there's another potential 2 lines with it coming through. This is one solution, so something to keep an eye on as you're going about this afternoon and evening for the thunderstorms, just to see that we might see it. Otherwise, we see the temperature is going to fall. Veterans Days look cold, blustery conditions, really not really pleasant to be outside. Otherwise, the rest of the week, watch Tuesday, Wednesday. That could be the next chance, maybe for some community slow, how it depends how that system sets up. But the biggest story is going to be the cold temperatures through next weekend. Could persist even longer than that, too.
All right, Greg, thank you. A food drive is being held today for students at Madison College from 1 to 4 o'clock this afternoon at the Goodman South Campus. This is meant to help those facing food insecurities ahead of Thanksgiving. Yesterday, Madison College held 2 food events to deal with this growing problem. For the 16th straight year, culinary arts students and staff cooked turkeys and potatoes for the River Food Pantry's Thanksgiving dinner.
This is all first-year students, so sometimes they don't always know the impact that they're making for our community. It's huge.
In total, more than 100 turkeys, 1,000 pounds of potatoes, and 80 gallons of gravy were prepared. The first food drive was also held yesterday on campus. That's a lot of gravy.
Yeah, it is. My goodness, 'tis the season.
It is.
6:48 coming up in the morning sprint, where Wisconsin voters saw wait times longer than 2 hours at the polls and why.
But first, time right now, 6:48. It is November 10th. If you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham for only $5.99 a pound. Get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com. Type in high five and our website will hook you up.
Don't miss the 33rd Annual Winter Art Fair off the Square, November 12th and 13th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auction Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collectors Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
There's something new from Better Than Bouillon. Introducing the Culinary Collection. Exciting new flavors like sofrito for casseroles or adobo for fajitas, each adding a little something special to all your family favorites. But don't take our word for it. The Culinary Collection from Better Than Bouillon.
7-day-old tuna casserole.
How'd you know that?
Even my nose is strong. You need Hefty Ultra Strong. It has Arm & Hammer, continuous odor control. Hefty, Hefty, Hefty. Oh, and Toby needs a bath. Stay one step ahead of Stinky.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need the glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's a way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham for only $5.99 a pound. Get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
The Final Drive high school football coverage, Fridays at 10.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the latest on the midterms. Senator Melissa Agard has launched her bid to become the next Senate Minority Leader. She's represented the 16th Senate District since 2021. Before that, Agard was in the Assembly since 2013. She's looking to replace Senator Janet Bewley, who's been the Minority Leader since 2020. Bewley announced her retirement in February.
Elections officials in the town of Middleton say the hours-long wait to vote at the town hall was due to an unprecedented number of in-person voters. Several people waited hours for their chance to vote, with lines extending outside of the building. In accordance with state law, everyone in line to vote by 8 o'clock is allowed to vote, and some people were still waiting in that line as late as 10 o'clock. You can look for more on how a shortage of poll workers affected wait times in some areas on channel3000.com.
Happening in Baraboo today, the International Crane Foundation and the Aldo Leopold Foundation coming together to launch the Great Midwest Crane Fest. The festival will happen at both sites with shuttle services between the two. It'll include facility tours, seminars, and art displays. You can check it out through Saturday.
Madison College will celebrate Veterans Day with a special speaker today. The Department of Veterans Affairs Woman Vet of the Year, Natalie Essensi, will be the keynote speaker. She's a former Marine Corps captain who was deployed to Kuwait and Iraq. That event starts at 10:30 on the Truax campus.
Vista West Senior Living, just off of Gammon Road, hosting its first ever resident gallery display night. Homemade artwork from residents sitting out here, including quilts, jewelry, paintings, pottery, and much more. Staff members say the event was a success. It's a great way for residents to express their emotions when they might not be able to with words.
A wild finish in Oklahoma City for the Bucks overnight. That game was close throughout. No Giannis, but a career performance from guard Javon Carter, helping the Bucks all night in the first overtime. Some drama after hitting a game-winning three. The Thunder fouled Brook Lopez, allowing the Bucks to tie the game for a second overtime. That's where the Bucks would pull away from OKC and take the win. The final, Bucks 136, Thunder 132.
Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General says he'll make a major announcement today regarding the NFL's Washington Commanders. The AG's office didn't say what it was about, but the NFL has been investigating allegations, including sexual harassment and financial improprieties. In a statement, the Commanders criticized the Attorney General for not doing more to fight crime, including bringing justice to the team's 23-year-old player who was shot multiple times.
A federal grand jury has indicted David DePape, the man accused of attacking Paul Pelosi's husband of the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. That means DePape is now facing both federal and state charges in the home invasion and assault. DePape, a Canadian citizen who's in the U.S. illegally, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. According to Speaker Pelosi, your husband is making progress and is expected to make a full recovery.
The Russian defense minister is ordering troops to withdraw from the occupied Ukrainian city of Kherson this morning. The announcement marks one of Russia's most significant retreats and a potential turning point in the war. Kherson is the main city in the region of the same name. It's one of 4 regions that President Vladimir Putin proclaimed he was going to incorporate into Russia. Back stateside, the chocolate business having a sugar rush this year. Data shows sales hit nearly $18 billion in the U.S. That's up more than $3 billion compared to 2019. Hershey reported sales of its chocolates jumping over 12.5% in the third quarter. One research firm points to the increase of at-home occasions, the need for fun, and stress relief.
I can relate.
Oh, can't we all after this week?
Yeah, and you'll definitely probably need that hot chocolate tomorrow when the temperatures are in the 30s here. But for the Mine team, if you're out enjoying the warm temperatures today, be advised we have a front coming through, so we do have some strong thunderstorms potentially this afternoon, this evening. Wind is the biggest threat, probably highest west of Madison. Something to keep in mind. 70 degrees today, but then otherwise storms today, and then the cold temperatures set in. Don't forget that sets up a nice cold Veterans Day for tomorrow. And there we go. Got it coming up. Breezy and just downright cold it's going to be tomorrow, and that really doesn't change for the 10-day. We see it continue all the way to the end, mid-30s, with the next chance of snow probably Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right, Greg, thank you. Live look outside. Changes on the way. We've got your Alert Day forecast coming up in about 30 minutes.